It's I don't read so well. I mean, I can read, but I'd much rather follow along. I'd stay in the spirit with y'all.
Okay. Here, I'll give you this. You at least be on the right. You don't have to read, but you just follow along.
Just look at it.
Where are we at?
Just look at it. Just
This would be on page
I'm disabled, by the
224.
way.
The numbers are in the middle.
224, you said?
Yep, 224.
All right, 224. I'm trying to find it here.
One day when you figure out you're all alone.
He uses his disability as a reason to rage at people and make them feel unsafe.
No, I forgive you, by the way. Remember that, Hannah.
Okay, so
I forgive you too, but I don't have to stay.
We're gonna start
But
reading.
neither do I. Forever and always, I forgive you. Remember that.
Dude, okay, just start reading. We don't have a whole lot of time before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you gonna join in, or you just want us three to read?
I'm going to join in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where do you want me to read?
Do you actually want to start us off?
Yeah, where are we at? Where are we
So
at?
chapter 7, if you're.
Okay, so I'm on 245.
Oh, 224.
I'm sorry, 224.
No, you're all right.
Okay, start shaking when I feel scared, so I apologize. Okay, 224, chapter 7. What do we got?
Yep. So
Right at
if
the
you just
beginning?
want to start us off in verse 1.
All right. Behold, my beloved brethren, seeing that I have been permitted to come unto you, therefore I attempt to address you in my language, yea, by my own mouth, seeing that it is the first time that I have spoken unto you by the words of my mouth. I'm having been wholly confined to the judgment seat, having had much business that I could not come unto you. Okay, we should probably, yeah. But I appreciate you guys and what you're doing. I want to tell you this. I was in Owasso and I went to y'all's church. You guys carry only the light. I was safe there, okay? The homeless thing could have been worked out, all right? Just prayers, love, and light, okay?
Oh, we'll be praying for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to talk to the officers now.
Praying for both of you.
Hello?
Anna?
Yeah.
Y'all want to keep those copies?
I'll keep I have one in there as well, but I'm probably not going to go back in the house, to be honest with you. I'm just going to take my meds and leave.
Either way, if
Yeah.
you want it, that's your copy.
So I want to just tell you what kind of triggered everything. Yeah, he's gonna act like he's scared of me when really I'm scared of him. I tried to kick you because you wouldn't quit coming close to me when I asked you for space. I asked you for space, Clifford. That's all. Okay, so here's the thing. We were having a conversation, and I was telling him that I didn't see him as a primary person in my life because I've been in love with other people, and I actually realized I was polyamorous, and I was accepting that about myself. And I felt like he was once again trying to control the narrative and that he wanted to be the person for me, okay? Well, all of that argument, every time we argue, it brings back that very first moment in our relationship friendship thingy where I told him I wasn't ready for a relationship and he slammed his hand on the table and he said, I just need a goddamn wife. And from that moment, I felt terrified for my life. I felt like I was threatened, okay? But because of my insecurities, because of my attachments, because of how I struggle with borderline personality disorder, which means that you can't let people go even if they are toxic, I kept coming back around. Now, I believe there's some kind of like stronghold here. And the thing is I just realized that I don't want to be with someone who manipulated me. I have looked into this. It's called narcissism, okay? Now, I believe the baby isn't even his. I was with another man at the time of conception, all right? I came back here because I was homeless in Owasso. Why was I homeless in Owasso? Because I left Tulsa. Why did I leave Tulsa? Because I had done something that usually helps my anxiety, and it had made me unstable.
The last time you was out here, did you go to Tulsa?
I did. So, like, when you guys last picked me up, I went to Hastings, and then my mom... Okay, well, the last time... Actually, okay, let me say it. The last time I was here, I went to Lift Coffee, and my mom picked me up, all right? But my mom got tired of enabling my insanity.
Check the date of birth on the wall.
All right, so...
Yeah.
It's not that I don't love him. I do love him, okay? I want you to know that. That's not the issue here, okay? The issue is that whenever I started doing some things in Tulsa that I shouldn't have been doing to help my anxiety, when it's not exactly legal because I don't have a card, that's when everything started getting really weird. I started thinking Tulsa wasn't safe again, which is not true because that's my hometown. That's where my mom lives.
You guys legally married?
We're legally married. But that day that we got legally married, that day that he asked me if I still want to marry him, I was like, you still think I want to marry you? Like, I don't want this. Like, this is not, I'm not ready for this. I'm not prepared for this. I need to work through my trauma. This is all I've been trying to say from the very beginning, is I need to work through my trauma. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I didn't ever give myself that chance. And then now here I am pregnant. right? And the last time I was here, he was threatening to get the Cherokee Nation involved because he was saying, even if you say it's yours, even if you get a DNA test that says it's Matthew's, I'm still going to go to the Cherokee Nation and make sure it's not mine. Which he was trying to take control of the situation.
So, how far along, or when did
I am 8 weeks and
Did it talk
9
about
days.
today, or
This whole argument that ensued, the purpose of like how I felt came in today. Like, this is what happens, is we have these good moments, we're on cloud 9, we're having the honeymoon phase, right? And then the minute I tell him how I actually feel, he invalidates it. And he says, well, something's wrong with you for not wanting to be with me, basically. But that's not the truth.
and you called these gentlemen out?
I call these gentlemen because I was in Owasso just a few days ago, and the ladies there were helping me heal from my trauma with the power of Jesus Christ, I believe. And the thing is when I visited their church, they only carried the light. They were not like any other church I had been around. You see, because my church in Tulsa had judged me for being pregnant outside of marriage with possibly another man's a baby. And they also had told me I was cursed when they prayed for me. So I was trying to find truth because my sister in Tulsa was being abusive like she always is. And my mom was starting to kick me out just for being an adult at nighttime, wanting to go out, and these are the things that I was dealing with. So yes, I went to Owasso for safety because I had a panic attack because I almost got raped by someone I thought I could trust. And all of this it always ends up this way. I always go back and I don't understand it because I know in my heart and I know in my soul, I know everything about this is unhealthy. I've left this man 40 times in 2 years.
I know, and you told us last time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and ridicule you for going back, because it is what it is.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it about myself.
If I tell you stats-wise, someone's going to end up dead. I mean, I've seen people stabbed, shot, you name it, on domestics with other spouse. Obviously, if it's become physical before, like you told us last time.
It has, because he was yelling at me in the bathroom.
It's not.
And he says he didn't think he knew what personality he was greeting. But the thing is I was looking to move forward in the room to get out of the room. He had me blocked, and then he went like this, and he says he went for my shoulder, but it crossed my neck.
None of you drive, or you don't drive?
I drive, but I left my license. I left everything in Tulsa. Everything's been just foggy ever since doing.
What do you drive?
Well, I drove my dad's van, but it's in Tulsa.
Do you have a way to leave tonight? Or?
I have a way to get to Hastings if you guys want to take me there, and then I can talk to my mom, and I'll even go to Parkside. I don't care. Because I feel safe at Parkside. They know that I need to get back on the Vraylar. They know that for the mania, and they know that the hydroxyzine's been helping me. But see, that's the crazy thing about it, is that you have to understand that there's a whole bigger side to this. There's this girl out in Skytook who's a witch, and she started hating me a long time ago. And I still believe that she somehow orchestrated me and Clifford's meeting, or if she didn't orchestrate it, she did some kind of demonic love spell or something. Because I have felt like I cannot leave this man no matter what I do, no matter how I move forward, no matter what I do. He even said he used Cherokee ritualistic prayer at one point to summon me, the word summon me back to Tahlequah. And when I got here, he said he used witchcraft.
What's he on, meth?
He's not on meth right now. He's been doing good. But that's subjective. He lied to me about his last use and then told me about it later. And so it's just not a trustworthy situation. Not only that, but his family struggles with drugs. And the thing is I only want the best for him, but I can't be the one to fix him. And every time I want to leave, it's like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to go back to meth. That's codependency. I know this all too well.
Last time didn't he say he was starting suicide to you or something?
Yeah, like he was saying, if I kill myself, it's your fault. Yeah. And I had another man do this back in my past named Michael. Whenever I would try to leave, because he told me he was demon-possessed, just like this one, I would say, okay, well, this is a little much for me. I'm going to leave. And he'd be like, well, if you leave, I'll kill myself. So this is not my first rodeo, but this is my first, like...
I mean, you're onto it. I get what you're saying.
So, I've been a Christian since I was 8 years old. However, I really made a commitment when I was 18. And then I got with Michael, and that was probably a mistake, because we were an atheist and Christian. I thought somehow things could change. Now, he got saved throughout, but then he went and married a witch. But the point is like... When someone says that they summon you and then they tell you it's witchcraft, that's wizardry. That's connection to, some kind of dark magic. So I'm just saying, out of the bottom of my heart, it's not that I don't love the man. It's that I need to move forward with my life and work through my own traumas that I never worked through.
So are you wanting to leave for the night and get what things?
Yeah, I'm wanting to go to Hastings. Like I would go in the house and get some of my things, but at this point, all I feel safe about taking is my progesterone for the baby to stay full term. And for the other stuff.
You too, I have no regards in the property that's between y'all. So.
Well, that's the thing, is he was going to drop off my things with his Chief Wade. He was going to drop off my things to my mom's, all my things. Okay. I think the pregnancy just made it worse, honestly. Because when you're pregnant, you just are really vulnerable. And you start thinking, oh, this person's safe and that person's not safe. And, you know, when you struggle with mental health, it makes it even harder. Like I said, I just think you guys carry the light. That's why I brought you out here, because I needed protection. I don't believe he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that. I think what the Cherokee culture does is a good thing. I think that if he stays grounded with his community, his Stomp Ground community, with Wade, his chief, I think whatever's trying to get a hold of him or me or whatever, it's going to dissipate. But I just don't think I don't think God's will is for me to be with him, like in a way that it's like a marriage. You know what I mean? I think I had things that I never worked through. And I was trying to tell him this when we met. And it was disrespected. And I was constantly manipulated into doing what I wasn't ready for. And that's the bottom line. That's my bottom line with all this. That's all. So.
Yellow. Yeah.
Are you guys able to take me to Hastings?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
I was on the phone with this man.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. Are you guys able to take me to Hastings?
Not really, but I mean, if it gets you out of here, I don't think y'all need to be together tonight.
I don't think so either, because it's just going to turn into another argument. Yeah, it's just going to turn into another argument. What time is it exactly?
7:35.
Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I go to Lyft sometimes and just chill, and then I get in touch with my mom from there. If that would be more of an appropriate thing, since when you go to Hastings, you're just going there to check in. I mean, unless you think that I should just go inpatient with this, right? Okay, I think if you'd be all right with it, take me to Lyft. I think I'd be all right with that. Well, the van is at my mom's in Tulsa. I hit a median the day that I was going to a deliverance pastor because I believed I was under some kind of demonic attack. So I hit the median whenever I saw a woodpecker outside, which in Cherokee culture means hard work, and I got sidetracked. I started thinking about all the Cherokee beliefs again, and I started thinking that somehow I was protected throughout all this with Cherokee beliefs. But the truth of the matter is Jesus Christ is more powerful than Cherokee beliefs if you believe in Jesus Christ, you know. And so I just believe it was deception. And the reason I hit the median is because I was so panicky about, oh my gosh, am I supposed to go back to Cliff? Is he safe all of a sudden after all this? And so anyways, I think something's coming against me that's stronger than what I put against myself. Because I know that in the past, I opened myself up to the demonic when I opened myself up. But past that time, I have not opened myself up.
So what do you want from these gentlemen?
Well, I think they're free to go. I mean, I just wanted them to stay here until you got here. That's my honest truth, yeah.
Like you said, there's like an online request that she just put in for us to come share a message about Christ.
Then they were calling us and they wanted us to come pray with them, and then they went to leave.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't know what these gentlemen, if they're going to give you a ride, or if they want to. Or
We can't.
Yeah, because of their thing, like the way they do the rules and stuff. I do want to point out that last night I had a dream. And in the dream, it said, Cliff is not a safe person. Cliff is not a safe person. It was a possessed spirit that was saying this to me. Cliff is not a safe person. And then once I believed it and went with them, they took me and they strangled me to death. So I thought that all of a sudden Cliff was a safe person. Now, whether or not that's true is subjective. The point is that I remember how I felt in the beginning. That's the point. It's not about now. It's not about what's grown throughout. It's about how I felt in the beginning. How I felt like he had narcissistic tendencies and he never gave me space to figure things out on my own. Clifford, I want you to know I do love you. I just don't agree with the way things went in the beginning, and that's what traumatizes me when I think about things. That's all. I told myself I would never be with another man that told me he was demon possessed. That's all. Scary shit. No one should have to go through that. I really wanted to stay in Owasso. I just got a job at McDonald's and everything, but it was just the homeless thing that was getting to me. But every time I keep the contact with him, that's when I go back. Every time I don't keep the contact with him, I move on with my life. I do better. I really do. I get more stable and everything. I have the worst mania with him around. You know that I get manic whenever I feel unsafe? That's when I get the most manic, is when I feel unsafe. Like, I'd like to go back to Owasso, but you know what? Like, I have to talk to the guy that got me the job at McDonald's. I have to see if he has housing like he said he did, and things have to be put into place. I can't just go back and be homeless somewhere just because I don't feel safe somewhere else, you know? I don't think Cliff's all bad. I just think there's something that I'm not going to keep settling for, and I know how my heart feels, that's all. I know sometimes it hurts to not be chosen, but sometimes there's a reason for that. There's better things ahead for both of us. I think I'm supposed to be single for a while, honestly. I haven't been single for a good, 3 years now. I've just been dealing with...
Y'all need me to move so y'all can leave? Oh, are we good to go? Yeah. Okay.
God bless you guys. Thank you. Love and light.
Praying for everybody.
All things work out for you.
Thank you. Be safe. Hey.
So you got somebody come get you?
Well, I was just going to have you guys drop me off at Lyft, and I was going to call my mom.
Lift's closed.
Oh,
Well, they'll be closing soon.
well, you want to take me to Hastings?
What do you need your Hastings for?
Well, I mean, shit, I don't know. I sometimes go impatient from mental health, but I mean, I don't feel like I'm unstable right now. I just feel like I'm traumatized, that's all.
So, somebody come get you?
No, I mean, my mom's all the way in Tulsa. I don't have someone who can come get me tonight, right now, this
Well, I
minute.
can't take you to Hastings unless you need treatment.
Well, I mean, I do need treatment for my mental health.
But you just told me you didn't feel like you needed it. I ain't gonna give you a ride, just give you a ride out of here.
Okay, well, then I'll walk.
What do you need to get?
Well, if you'll follow me inside, we can figure that out.
No, I ain't going in there.
Okay, well, then...
You'll stay out here. You
Okay,
can go.
okay, thank you.